Hello everyone and welcome back to Lady Fire's Kitchen. Fall is in the air and therefore I feel like having some pumpkin. So we're going to make today mini pumpkin pies. And here are some of the ingredients that I'm going to be needing. I need 4 ounces of cream cheese or half of the pack. I need a packed half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of pumpkin is pumpkin puree, and also we'll have 1 teaspoon, and let me tell you what that is actually pumpkin pie spice. That's what that is. A little bit, a pinch of salt, and just a couple of drops of vanilla extract. So pretty soon we're just going to put all of these ingredients together, mix them up, and that's going to be our filling for our pumpkin pie. So be right back. All right, so we have our 4 ounces of cream cheese. We're gonna put it in here. Make sure that your cream cheese is at room temperature. Don't do it cold because then it's gonna be very hard to mix with the other ingredients. Then after that, we're just gonna mix it with the half a cup of brown sugar. Put it in there. And what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna use a fork, and we're going to mix them together until they're well mixed. See why you need to have it room temperature, because it's really soft and it's easy to work with. So that's what we're going to do. Just going to work it in there and put them well mixed together so that we can add the rest of our ingredients. Okay. All right, so now we're going to put in half of our pumpkin puree. We're going to work that in. And this is actually the filling for our mini pumpkin pies. Put the other half now. All right, so now we are going to incorporate our pumpkin spice. So let's add a pinch, and just a pinch, of our salt. That's it. And very few drops. As you can see, the filling is a little liquidy, so we don't want to add too much liquid on to it. So we're just going to put just a little bit of vanilla, because I just love vanilla. Here you go. That should be sufficient. Mix it all together, and that is our filling. All right, you guys. So for the fun part, I have a little cookie cutter. If you can call it cookie cutter. It's pretty big. It's actually the shape of a pumpkin. Perfect, right? And we have pie crust. And I already used a little bit of flour that I put spread a little bit on my parchment paper. So we're going to open this pack and spread it here on top of my parchment paper. And I actually have the other, it's supposed to be 2 crusts, and I put one back in the fridge so it won't get too soft. So we're just gonna let it There we go. I'm gonna work it a little bit with my hands, kind of squish it down. All right, perfect. Now we're gonna be using, and I'm gonna try my best to use as much as possible. I'm gonna go this way, right? Press down. Oh, I like this. This is fun. Down. I can't wait to see the end result. So I'm gonna get them out and I'm gonna put them back in the fridge, and then I'm gonna work with my other dough, okay? All right, so we also need 1 egg for our egg wash, and we also need half a cup of regular sugar, and we also need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So we're gonna do our egg first for our egg wash. And we're gonna mix it. And we all know that egg wash just helps with that pretty shine that it gives the pies and whatever you bake. So that's what that egg wash is for. Make them look pretty. And then we're going to get these two together. Sugar and cinnamon. That's it. And we mix this together. And we're going to be using them pretty soon for our mini pumpkin pies. All right, you guys, I added 2 teaspoons of water to my egg wash. So I'm done with that part. So what I'm going to do now is I was able to put together some of the dough so I can make an extra pumpkin. And so I have 1, 2, 3. Well, actually a pair right there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut like a little bit of like 4 cuts on each one, because these are gonna be my tops, okay? And I left the filling in the fridge so we'll have some consistency, so when I put them in there it's not too watery. So let's just do this. So here we go, 1 and 2. Now this is a fun project to do with your kids. So like I said, these are going to be my tops. And I left them in the fridge so that they don't get too soft. So I did the shapes of the pumpkin and immediately put them in the fridge, so it'll be easier to work with. Otherwise it would be a mess trying to make these cuts. Perfect. All right, guys, there are my bottoms. Okay, I placed them already, and I already have my fill in. See how it's a little bit harder, easier to work with. This is like about a 2-inch. This is like an ice cream spoon thing situation. And then I also have my egg wash. I'm ready for it. And I also have my cinnamon and sugar also ready. All right, so I'm going to start putting some fill in. I'm going to start filling them in. Hopefully this will help me out a little bit. Right in the center. There we go. I'm gonna do one at a time, just in case, right? So I'm gonna put my tops, one of my tops. They already pre-cut it, see on the, did some edges to it. And I'm gonna try to match it as much as I possibly can to the bottom. And I'm going to press down a little bit on the edges with my fingertips. All right. And I'm going to continue with the rest, okay? we go. By the way, I already have my oven at 450 degrees, okay? It's already heating up for me while I'm doing this part. Perfect. All right, guys, I already have them already filled and already I pressed all the edges. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna put my egg wash on all of them. Actually, the fill in, we'll do at least 2 batches of this, okay? And now we're just gonna sprinkle some cinnamon sugar on top. On each one, of course. Wow. And in the oven they go for about 12 to 14 minutes, so keep an eye on them. And we'll be right back. And guys, here you have it. Mini pumpkin pies. They smell delicious. I wish you could smell them. I can't wait to dig in. I hope that you have a nice fall. I hope you enjoy the recipe. And I will be seeing you next Saturday. Bye.